Hello, this is a video instruction on how to set up Power BI on your Mac devices, both M1, M2 and Intel chips. Unfortunately, Power BI doesn't support macOS and we'll need to install Windows Virtual Machine on our computer to install Power BI. We'll install Windows 11 on the UTM Virtual Machine. Before we begin, check if you have enough storage on your Mac. You'll need at least 32 GB of free disk space. To do so, you can go to Storage Management to see how much disk space is available on your machine. Here on top, you can see that I've got more than 100 GB. This will for sure be enough. Remember, you'll need at least 32 GB of free space. The installation process differs a tiny bit for Intel and Apple silicon chips, M1 and M2, so you'll also need to check which one of them you have. To do so, press this Apple button and choose the About this Mac tab. Here, you'll find the information about your chip. In this guide, I use M1 chip, but I'll provide all the necessary instructions so that it works for Intel chips as well. Additionally to this video guide, we have text guide. I'll use it occasionally. Here you can find all the necessary instructions and links and commands to install Power BI on your Mac. So, let's start. Firstly, we'll need to install UTM. You can follow the link in the text guide or find it on the web. Once we are on this tab, go to UTM for Mac. It will redirect you to the GitHub page. You should scroll down until you see Assets block. Here it is. Here you'll need UTM DMG file. Press it to download. Once the downloading is complete, you can find the file in this Downloads drop-down menu. Open the file, drag and drop the UTM icon into your Applications folder. Now the installation is complete. You can run UTM from your Applications folder or from your Spotlight. Press Open. UTM is downloaded. Now we need to generate ISO file for Windows 11. You can close these tabs. Return to the UTM site and choose UUP dump Windows 11. Here it is important that you choose the right version for your machine. If your Mac uses Intel chips, you'll have to choose x64, this version. If your Mac uses Apple Silicon M1 or M2 chip, you'll need to choose this ARM64. My Mac has M1, so I choose this one. Click here. Here you have to change nothing, just press Next, Next, and create download package. You'll see a zip file in your downloads now. Open the folder with it. For our convenience, we'll create a folder on our desktop and call it Windows VM. Put your zip file there. And double-click the file to archive it. If you have M1 or M2 Mac, just as I do, you'll have to do some additional steps. Intel users may skip this part. We'll need to install some additional software. To do so, we'll need to type in some terminal commands. You can find them in our guide. Scroll down to see the Open the Terminal part. We are now here. And these are the 4 commands that we'll need to insert. So, let's begin with the first one. Open the terminal. And copy-paste the first command. It asks to type A and press return. Let's do this. Now we'll need to wait until the installation process is complete. It may take longer for your device. Now the second one. It may ask you for your password. Enter it. And press return or enter. Wait until the installation is complete. Once you see the line with the percent sign, it means that you can continue with another command. And the last one. Your logs may differ from mine, as I have already installed all the necessary packages before. So, this was an exclusive part for M1 and M2 users. Intel continues here. Now, we need to open our folder in the terminal. To do that, you should copy the folder path name. To know the folder path name, you can choose a folder in our Windows VM, right-click on it, press Option key, press and hold Option key, and copy this folder as path name. Now, go to Terminal, enter cd, which stands for Change Directory, and copy-paste the path. Now, you should be in your folder, in your terminal. Now we need to enter two more commands. This one and this one, which will run our .sh file. Now it will start generating our ISO file. Do not interrupt this process, it may take some time. My installation is complete. It took about 20 minutes, so you'll have to wait. Now we should have our ISO file ready. We can find it in our folder in Windows VM. Here it is. We'll need this when we configure our virtual machine in UTM. We can proceed to the next tab. Now we'll create our virtual machine. Return to the UTM. Click Create a new virtual machine. Choose Virtualize and Windows. Be sure that Import VHDX image is unchecked. Down below, press Browse, navigate to your folder. I have it in Desktop, Windows VM, our folder, and here is the ISO file we have previously generated. Choose it and press Open. Now press Continue. Here, we should select the amount of memory and CPU cores for our virtual machine. 4000 megabytes for memory and 4 CPU cores should be just enough. Now, we have to choose our storage size. Ensure that you have enough free disk space on a computer. In this guide, we'll use 40 gigabytes. If you don't have that much space, you can specify less. But it is not recommended to use less than 32 gigabytes of storage space, so 32 is the minimum. Choose your storage size and press Continue. Nothing to change here, just press Continue and Save. Now we have our virtual machine almost ready. Once we press this play button, it will start loading. Once it's loaded, you'll see a black screen saying press any key to boot from CD or DVD. The exact moment the screen pops up, quickly press the escape button on your keyboard to run the installer. Now we should press escape, but I'll miss it to show you what to do if you do not do it in time. If you see this screen, it means that you did not press escape in time. Just click this shutdown button and restart your virtual machine. Now we will press escape key the exact moment the black screen starts. It will redirect us to the installation page. Let us set up our Windows. Nothing to change here, just leave the default values. Press Next and install now. Press I don't have a product key. Choose Professional. And if you see this error message saying this PC can't run Windows 11, we'll have to do one additional thing. We should open the command prompt. To do this, we should press Fn, Shift and F10. If you use MacBook Pro, when you hold Fn, you'll see F10 on your touch bar. This combination will open the command prompt for us. Here, we should enter regedit.exe to launch registry editor. Here, you should navigate to ASCII local machine, System, Setup. Right-click on the Setup folder and choose New Key. You should name this new key Lab Config with capital L and C. Now we should create 3 new values. To do this, press right-click our lab config, choose New and dword 32-bit value. The first one will be called bypass TPM check. Mind the register and type it just like I do. Let's create another one. Right-click, New, dword, and it is called bypass secure boot check. And the last one, bypass RAM check. Now, ensure that the typing is right and double-click each one of them to change the value data on 1 for each key. We can now close the registry editor and the command prompt. After that, we press this backwards button, press Next, and we have our license terms. So we fixed the error. Here, check this box and press Next. Choose Custom, Install Windows Only. Choose this and press Next and wait until installation is complete. It may take some time. Now the installation is almost complete. You'll see a new window. Do not press any buttons or interrupt. You do not need to press Escape now. Just wait. Our virtual machine is almost set up. Keep United States here. Keeping default values is OK. Proceed with US and skip adding a second keyboard layout. On this screen, press I don't have internet and continue with limited setup. Enter a name for your system. Do not enter any password, just leave it empty and press Next. Here, be sure to uncheck each and every of these options that Windows offers you. Now continue, pressing Next. It might take a few minutes. I'll pause the video. Okay, congratulations, we have our virtual machine almost ready. But now we do not have internet connection yet. And we have just a few steps ahead. Shut down your Windows virtual machine. Pressing the shutdown button. And close it, pressing this red X button in the top left corner. Now we have to install SpiceGuest tools so that we can access the internet. Let's open our guide and return to the Windows 10 11 UTM on the initial page and press SpiceGuest tools. Press download button. Wait until it's downloaded. Open this file in the Finder and let's place it into our Windows VM folder. Now turn back to our UTM, scroll a bit down and find the CD/DVD drop-down menu. Press Browse, navigate to our folder, Windows VM, and choose SpiceGuestTools.iso. Choose it and press Open. Now rerun your virtual machine. Do not press any buttons. Now we have to find our SpiceGuest Tools file. Go to File Explorer, this VC, and D drive. Here we have SpiceGuest Tools. Just double-click it. Press Yes, and continue with installation. We should now be able to use our internet. So, go to Edge, press Complete Setup, choose the theme you want, and continue without signing in. Now we have our internet connection ready. Let's now finally download PowerBI. Let's return back to our guide, scroll down, and find this link. You can copy it. Notice that you cannot paste your content using CMD+V, but you can right-click and paste. Here, press Download button. You might face an issue, just as I do, that after pressing the Download button, it leads you to the blank page. If everything works alright, you'll see this screen, and you should choose the x64 version of the file and press Next. You'll get the file. If you face the same issue that I do with a blank page, you can use this link that we've created in our guide. It will redirect you to Google Disk, where you can download the same file. Wait until installation. Once installation is complete, it will allow you to open the file, press it. And proceed with the installation. Press Next, yes. Next, check the box. Do not change anything. And install. Wait a bit. And we are finished. Now, as we have Power BI on our desktop, let's launch it to test if everything works all right. Congratulations, you've set up your Power BI using a virtual machine. Now you can work as if you were on Windows. By the way, you might have noticed that I fixed the resolution. To do so, you have to right-click on your desktop, choose Display Settings, and in this tab, you should choose Show on multiple displays, show only one. It will show you this screen, keep this display settings. You might have the same issue I do, that you can't really press anything. No worries, just shut down your virtual machine and reboot it. Now you should have your resolution fixed.